Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at all the hullabaloo that is going on social media about the big planetary alignments that we have got in January 2025 and that are visible to the naked eye on the 21st of this month. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Hi and welcome to Oaklaw Door. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Claire Attio. For those that are returning subscribers, thank you. And so the big hullabaloo that is going on in social media, and I read in one place I think it was a TikTok actually. I don't get on there very often, but it was saying it was 396 billion years since this has occurred. And yeah, is it true that it doesn't occur that often? Absolutely. Where was that number pulled from? I suspect it was pulled from a text from an academic from a long time ago. And the interpretation and its meaning has just been pulled to give valor and to give force. And my question is why? Why would there be such a push? And it's not just from one person, this has come from many, because yeah, I kind of knew about the planetary alignments back in 2024 in the beginning, and I think it might have even been 2023. I know I kind of mentioned it very briefly in a video that I did about the solar flares and the planetary alignments, the same as we had big planetary alignments that was biblical in 2016, I think. And it all comes back to Revelations. So what I'm going to do in this video is first unpack and let you know what planets are aligned. Then I'm going to kind of go into some of the bidlam that's out there, and yeah, for me, it's Bidlam. You need to use your own discernment. Then I'm going to go into the scriptures and what it's actually saying in the scriptures and why I believe that this planetary alignment has probably kind of gone viral in such a big way. It's about using your discernment. That's the key factor. I mentioned it back in 2024, possibly 2023, whenever I did that video, because it come onto my radar, because I am a Scorpion, and because it does have significance for Scorpions that are born in certain years. There is a lot there with the numerology, and so that is why I was aware of it. Will it bring and enhance the energies that are with us currently? Absolutely it will. And is it advantageous to know what those energies are so that we can best navigate through them to our advantage? Again, absolutely. But do we need to get sucked into this vacuum of hype that is existing on social media at the moment? I would actually say use your discernment. If it resonates with you, fine, it resonates with you either for a lesson or a reason. So go with it. But the planets that are in alignment are Mercury, Uranus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune and Saturn. And the ones that you can't see, because when we see them with the naked eye, the ones we can't see with the naked eye are Uranus and Neptune. Now, if you have a telescope, then, you know, rock on. You will be able to see all 6 of them, and that will be amazing. And if you do, and you're able to take photographs because you have your telescope attached to a camera, then please, by all means, share those photographs. I would love to see them. Now, as I said, the best day for seeing them because of where the lunar light is the 21st, because we're in that last quarter, and so that will actually reflect. Now I'm not even going to go and try and explain reflective light, blah 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 blah. I just know that from what I've actually read, it has been said that, because I understand it enough to I understand it. I don't understand it enough to try and explain it to you guys, is what I'm saying here. But it's because of how the reflective light works, we are best situated to see these planets with the naked eye on the 21st at just after sundown. So that is said. With that said, as in 2016, this alignment is mentioned in Revelations. And being mentioned in Revelations gives it significance, gives it importance. Does it give it the importance that has been portrayed? I would actually say I believe that there are political and religious infiltrations being put into that. Well, you've got to remember, on the 21st, 22nd, you have got Trump taking his first day of office. When you understand what is said, what is written in Revelations, you may also understand why there are some religious fractions also pushing the agenda with this. And I will actually read, it's Acts 2:19. And it says, I will show wonders in the heavens above, the signs of the earth below, blood and fire and vapour of smoke. Now, with everything that's been kind of going on in California, yeah, that kind of fits in. With everything that's been going on globally with massive floods, yeah, that kind of fits in. With everything that's been going on with it being a 9-year, the solar flares, the karmic cleanups and the breaking of those generational cycles, if that's what you've been into, yes, it makes sense. Everything feeds into each other, and I'm not saying that it doesn't have any valor. I'm not saying it doesn't have any importance. What I am asking is that you use your discernment with what you listen to and what you believe. As I said, there was a big thing about it being 396 billion years since this has happened. Well, is that strictly true? I believe not. Use your discernment. Has it been a good few thousand years? I would probably say yes. What the verse actually talks about is the Christian church, and I'm taking a breath, because for those of you that know me, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not so affiliated to organised religion. There are some very, very good people within those organisations that want the best for humanity, but there is also a lot of history within that, and there has been a lot of deception within that, and there has been a lot of darkness within those institutions. I'm not saying that these institutions shouldn't exist, but the verse, that part of the passage, actually describes the beginning of the Christian church. And it also describes the impending judgment, including blood, fire, and smoke. The verse also predicts that the sun will turn into darkness. Now, I didn't check before I did this video, maybe I should have, but that is something you guys can do. This is all about discernment. I'm only sharing information as it comes to me and as my guides kind of give me the nudges. We may have a total solar eclipse this year, or we may have had one. Did we have one? No, we haven't had one. I think we had a partial solar eclipse, didn't we? Or was that at the end of last year? Have a look. Use your own discernment. And the moon into blood before the coming of the Lord. Now, when you listen to the scriptures, there is a second coming. That is something that I actually believe, but not in the way that is actually written with the organized religion. I believe the second coming is the age of Aquarius, the second coming, the rebirth of ourselves as spiritual beings, gaining those higher levels of consciousness and gaining differing perspectives that allow us to live in greater peace and harmony, and making and creating with the divine a better world for humanity with greater understanding. So as I said, there is a lot going on. Will it be awesome to go out and view that? Absolutely. Do I implore and do I intend myself to spend some time in meditation with what's coming forward, with the energies, and finding out for myself? And for those of you that do shamanic journeying, I would recommend that you journey, not just meditate, that you journey to find out from your team what aspects of these planetary alignments and the energies that they bring forward are you to incorporate to supersede your journey, to give you the extra boost in those energies to move forward exponentially. And the energies that come forward, Venus, as we know, symbolizes love, it symbolizes harmony, it encourages us to reflect on our relationships, and when we talk about relationships, our relationships to ourselves, that is a big theme of last year, and it's coming over to this year, that reflecting, who do we have in our inner circles? Why do we have them there? And how is that of benefit to your soul purpose, your journey, your existence, building your legacy? And within that, the relationship to yourself, are you yet ready to do what is needed to fulfill that purpose? Do you know what it looks like? Are you ready to fulfill it? And if not, can you use the energies that are coming forward from these planetary alignments to give you the courage, the insight to do what is needed to be able to step forward in that way? Mars is the planet of action. It's the planet of energy, and it can be the planet of conflicts. Let's be honest, Mars has always been associated with war, and yes, it is highly likely, and I don't say that to fear people, if it doesn't manifest in the physical form, it's certainly already manifested in the spiritual realms, the warfare that is actually gone on and going on. Do you need to bring some of that energy, that conflicting energy, into you to give you the courage to have those conversations where you cut people out of your life that do not support you, that do not encourage you, that do not champion you, that do not give momentum to your progress and are actually tying you down and holding you back? Because that's something you're allowing You're allowing those people in your energies, and it's about taking that responsibility and that accountability and making those changes that are required. Jupiter, and I am looking at a computer. I'm going to be, you know, completely transparent here because I can't remember what all the planets actually bring, but Jupiter is associated with that discipline and with that structure, which is what we were just talking about. We're creating a new framework for ourselves, for our lives, for our families, for our communities, for the way that we move forward for humanity. What are those legacies that we intend to leave? What is a structure that we're going to put in place? What we're going to teach our children? What we're going to teach our grandchildren? That actually starts to put that new structure in place where there is less dysfunction. And I say it would be lovely to say that there is no destruction or dysfunction. Slip of the tongue, Freudian slip. Yeah, there will be destruction within families because those old frameworks need to be taken down. If we think of the tower exists because the foundations are faulty. We have to bring it to its knees. It has to come crashing down so that we can rebuild on a solid foundation. That's what's occurring. And is it painful? Yes. Is it heart-wrenching? Yes. Is it necessary? Yes. Are we willing to do it? And that's the question only each and every one of us can answer. Are we willing to do the hard task? It's like parenting. If you've had children or you've got children, you know that there are times on that journey of parenting where you have to do really hard tasks that break your heart, because you love your children, and yet you have to do them. You have to stand firm. You have to implement those changes so that you can help, assist, guide that young person to be the best versions of themselves and to live as a healthy member of society. This is the same. We are making decisions and breaking down and putting firm boundaries in place, not from a place of hatred or hate or because we can, because we have made a judgment on that person. No, we are making judgments on our lives and the legacies that we are leaving for ourselves, and we are implementing these changes so that we can build a healthy, functional framework for future generations. Saturn is Saturn in the mix? Let me just double check. I think Saturn is in the mix. I'm sure Saturn is in the mix. Let me just double check. I've lost the picture now of the lineup. I do apologize. So is Saturn in that mix? Mars, Uranus, Jupiter. Saturn is in that mix. I was correct. Saturn is in that mix. And Saturn is all about that associated discipline and structure, as I said, and highlighting the responsibility that we need to take for that long-term planning, leaving those legacies. Mercury is that planet of using our intellect. What do we know? What do we need to know? And being able to communicate that in a way that is receptive to others. Giving that clarity, giving that understanding, letting people know why you're making these changes and what you're wanting to achieve. And being adaptable and open to allowing others to show you maybe a better way of doing it or a softer way of doing it, because these are hard tasks that we are coming into. So it's leaving yourself open to being adaptable. It's not about changing your mindset. It's about having that flexibility in your mindset so that you can achieve this in the least destructive possible way. And then you've got Uranus, which is the innovator, that change. And with it, hopefully, those breakthroughs. So if you've been waiting for a breakthrough, or you want inspiration or new perspectives as to how you can create that breakthrough, then the energies of Neptune are the energies that you need to tap into. And this is why these alignments are, I said Neptune then, it's Uranus, sorry. It's Uranus. These are why these alignments are so auspicious and why they have had such a lot of hub around them. But I would have to say for the last 2 months at least, it has been hijacked. The meaning of this alignment has been hijacked. It's been trying to get you looking in one field or the other rather than looking inwards and going, okay, how can I utilize these energies? How can I grow and develop and expand and evolve using these planetary alignments? And then obviously the last one is Neptune, and that's our dreams and our intuition and bringing that deepening spiritual connection in. What is it we're wanting to create? Do we know what our purpose is? And if we don't know, tuning in, using this boost of energy to tune in and to find out what that is. There are a lot of changes afoot. There are a lot of really powerful energies coming in and are with us both. And there are days that you will possibly feel overwhelmed. And I would actually say on those days, just nurture yourself. Focus on the self-care that is needed so that it's not painful for you to bring in these energies and integrate them and gain that understanding. Meditate to bring in that peace if you're feeling overwhelmed. Ask your spirit team if it's coming in and it's coming in hard and it's hurting and you're feeling the pain on your third eye, then ask for the attunements to be moderated or to be adjusted so it's not painful for you. The journey is for all of us. These planets, is it written biblically? Yes, it is. Is it going to transpire as some religions and some political parties would want us to believe? No, they're just hanging on for dear life because they know that there is great change coming in. And they are trying to divert attention, hence why there has been so many videos, why there has been such a hub, from each and every one of us doing that inner spectrum, doing that inner work to find out and to ascertain how these energies can be used on a personal level that will add to the collective. They're trying to get you to focus on the collective. And the collective is important, but it's a collective of spiritual beings that have done the inner work or are doing the inner work. And adding their unique signature, soul signature to the collective. That's what they're afraid of. And that's what we should be doing during this alignment. And having fun doing so. Not buying into the mainstream matrix of woe and worry and fear. Keeping our hearts light and full of joy and full of anticipation. That's where the creativity comes in. We lose our creativity when we're in those lower vibrations. Our creativity, our inspiration, our messages from divine source come in when we are light of heart. So I hope that's cleared that up, and I hope it's given you some good information to kind of run with and work with and boost yourself in, and give yourself that forward momentum in these magical times, because they are magical, not in the sense of dark magic or anything like that. Magical as in that innocence of way of looking at the world again, in that joy, in that purity of heart. If you've liked the video, then press the like button. If you've not yet subscribed, then please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Until next time, beautiful souls, take care.